We started with 16 of the world's best women professional bowlers. Now we're down to the final 4. We started with an historic building on the campus of the Richmond International Raceway. Now we have a bowling center. The two worlds come together at the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship right now. From the Richmond International Raceway, this is it, bowling fans, the final event of the 2017 PWBA Tour season. And what a way to finish up with a 2017 PWBA Smithfield Tour Championship. 4 of the world's top bowlers set to compete for a major title and a part of women's bowling history. We started with 16 bowlers in this invitation-only event. We're down to 4 semifinalists. The road to Richmond is complete. We start our starting semifinal matches with 5-time major champion Kelly Jewett and the lone lefty on our show tonight, Shannon Blahowski. Then it's the top seed legend Liz Johnson. The Hall of Famer who has already wrapped up her 3rd straight Player of the Year award, facing Shannon O'Keefe, who herself has turned in an outstanding season. This is Dave Ryan in the booth, joined by my Hall of Fame broadcast partner Carolyn Doran Ballard. Lay level with our first 2 semifinalists.
Kelly, in speaking with you, I know one of your goals has always been Player of the Year. If you win tonight, do you think this will get you on the road to that goal for 2018?
Absolutely. You know, Liz Johnson ran away with it this year. She had a fantastic season, but I'm going to take this year, build my confidence up, and you're going to see me on TV even more next year.
I don't doubt it. Good luck tonight. Shannon, our lone left-hander in the field. You have thrown some really good shots this week to win your matches. Do you think you're going to have an advantage being the only left-hander?
I hope so, but you never know. We'll see.
Okay, well, good night. I said good night. I'm sorry. Good luck. Let's get started.
CDB, they hope it is a good night. Gurlick, Blahowski, Johnson, O'Keefe, what a semifinal pair of matches we've got for you. $20,000 to the champions, $10,000 to the runner-up tonight. Here in Richmond, we make history. Richmond International Raceway. An SRO crowd. This place is packed. What an atmosphere. Electric feeling among the crowd. And the broadcasters too. We're ready. Galicula gets us started. 7 down. We're in the Old Dominion building here. It's a historic building on the Raceway campus. And it is large, it is cavernous. The sounds will be a little different than you're accustomed to most of our bowling centers on tour. Just an amazing scene here in Virginia. Fans were lined up hours before the event to get a seat. Kelly. That's a nice remark. Here is Shannon Blahowski. The southpaw. 10 pin. Carolyn back in the booth.
Trying to catch my breath. Really good come-out shot there by Shannon Blahowski. And speaking to Rob Gotcher, the Ebonite ball rep, he said he thought the lanes were just a little bit tighter today. But the game plan for Shannon, because she has had such a good look throughout her matches, and she's been so comfortable, will remain the same. She's using 500 grit on her bowling ball, trying to get that even rolling. She's also using urethane. So that, again, is going to give her that most consistent look where it shouldn't do anything dramatic, and she feels the most confident using that ball right now, and it's given her the look she wants.
Dave and Carolyn with you in the booth. Watching the 4 remaining bowlers in the road to Richmond in 2017. Next down 9.
one has a little bit of late timing, but she always makes it work because she's so smooth. But there she gets just a little too late, doesn't quite catch it at the bottom, but she left the 3-pin. That was one of the things she did say about her matches, is she felt even with her bad shots, when she knew she didn't throw at her best, she still could leave something spareable, which controlled the pocket.
What she's done. Stay clean, first 2 frames. I love the confidence Kelly had in her pre-match interview with you. She is a positive thinker, always has been. Early in the year at the Fountain Valley Open.
Great shot by Kelly. Let's take a look. Kind of moves the ball a little bit on that first step. It really gets it into motion and down on that second step. I mean, that is picture perfect. And right here on that 4th step, the drive, but look at her swing. Look at this. But she's just perfect. Now watch as she gets into the line. Leverage, nothing but leverage. That right there, perfect, no pull down whatsoever.
Left lane, comes in a touch high, but all 10 down. She'll take it.
Kelly did mention that she thought the left lane did have a little bit more of the earlier hook, and what we mean is the ball is actually hooking to the pocket just a little bit sooner than the right lane. You're going to see here, though, she hits about that 12 board, and right down it goes just a little high. She has a little bit more hold on the right lane, but tripped out the 4, and you know what? That's all you need to loosen up the swing.
3rd TV show of the year for Shannon Plahowski. The lefty from Dayton still hasn't won. Maybe that changes here tonight. Nice look in the 1-2 pocket. Take a look at her Cubica AMF road to the finals here in Maryland. I don't know how Shannon got this far.
Well, she had some pretty good matches. Stephanie Johnson, who was just coming off a win in Dallas. Then we have Sati, named great national Malaysian team bowler. Then we had Diana, and as you know, Diana needed to strike out to win by a pin. Got the first hit and left the flat 10. And here she is on TV, but boy, she made some clutch shots in the 10th, her last 2 matches.
Kelly Kulik did not have to bowl here in Richmond. That's the number 2 seed. All the way to the show, she and Liz Johnson as the top 2 seeds. Have just been practicing, getting ready for a showcase event here tonight. And really tough split here for the lefty.
This shot here, she got that way left. Didn't quite get up. That's the urethane ball. Now it doesn't quite hook as much on the back end, and she's been playing more up and direct at the pins. That one she got just a little bit left of where she's been playing, and not quite getting that hook right on the back end.
So our first opening of our first semifinal. Shannon leaves the 9-pin. Kelly Kulik, number 2 seed, up by 23 pins on the bench. Is here for the Turkey in her 4th frame to go up by 33. Which she does. Tap on number 10 and down it goes. Our future for the sport lane pattern here. One of the bowlers competing on CDB.
This lane pattern, as you can see right here, 40 feet, medium volume. The oil is called current, which is it's in between the fire and ice, which means it's going to hold up really well. The players stayed in this area. Kelly was the only one that migrated here into the little bit of the left of the track area. Breakpoint down lane is around 7-8. Shannon Plahowski has the left side all to herself, and she's going to be playing around that 5 board.
Liked it. Very good looking shot, 7-pin stance.
Really good shot by Kelly. Just stone 7 right off of that trip 4. Seems to have a really consistent look on both lanes. Like I said, she said the left lane definitely hooks up a little bit sooner. The right lane can play a little bit further right and need a little bit of hold.
There's a 7, there's your mark. healthy lead here, nearing the midway point of our first semifinal. We saw a moment ago Shannon Blahowski 6th on the tour in points. She said to us pre-match, that's a pretty good year. Made some shows, had a real impact in 2017, but still not in the victory circle yet. Her 5th, 7-pin.
Great comeback shot by Shannon, which is what she did over the last few days when she did have an open, or her carry wasn't, you know, the pins weren't cooperating, I should say. She came back with some really good execution.
Chad Murphy is here. Executive Director of the USBC. Chad, of course, his entire great staff here. Working so closely on CBS Sports Network. What an event this year at the Richmond Raceway. Shannon needs to make some noise here. Can't quite find the pocket. 3, 4, 7, 8.
Much straighter through the front on that shot, but the ball did take off on the back end before when she got it a little bit from right to left. It didn't quite get there. Now when she's going more up the lane, that also could be ball speed. Not only that, the lights. It's a little bit of a different atmosphere. The lights have been on the lanes for a little bit.
2, 4, 7, 8, and could not cover. Another open for Shannon Blahowski. So the lead, 47 pins for Kelly Kulick in our first semifinal. Underway, history-making TV show from the Richmond Raceway in Virginia.
I'm Kelly Kulick. This is the PWBA.
Thanks for the welcome back, KK. And she's got a big lead head-to-head with Shannon Blahowski. Richmond Raceway, Old Dominion Building. They've run alongside Carolyn Doran Ballard, Hall of Fame broadcast partner, 20-time titleist. What a scene here, Carolyn, making history on the Women's Tour.
This is pretty awesome. I don't know how many people have seen this over the years, but an arena setting really brings out not only the fact of how awesome bowling is, especially in this venue, but it really adds to the whole major championship, effect. It's like, oh my God, I'm bowling for a major championship. We have a bigger crowd, just the setting in general, and having racing and bowling together. Again, just bringing everybody together. It's a great sport.
A fantastic combination, no question about that. And Kelly Kulick off to a fantastic start. Head-to-head with Shannon Blahowski in our first semifinal. Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson will follow. Kelly stays in the groove.
Never ballerina, I don't care.
Footwork issues, CDB, what do you think?
I don't know. It looked like she actually stuck. I'm going to look right here. Yeah, she stopped abruptly there, and you could see she looks down. Although she did say never a ballerina, but she keeps the ball in line with where she wants it to be. Because why? Kelly has a straight swing, so she gets away with it. Great, what would you call that? Helper shot, right? Get all 10.
Works out well.
Yes! Come on, baby.
Feeling it. Kelly Kulick, a huge lead. 57 pins. Shannon Blahowski with a couple of opens is in big trouble. Longtime member of Team USA. Seventh frame. No time to waste. There's a strike.
That shot looked much more aggressive from Shannon. She definitely made sure she caught that one right here. You could see that off her hand, much more direct, but she also kept her ball speed up. That one shot where she went high on lane 1 seemed like she was just a little soft. Again, yes, she was going more direct, but ball speed was crucial because, again, she is using a ball that's not going to hook as much, but she's going to give that consistent reaction, and that's really what she's looking for. So all she has to do is get it off her hand the way she wants to, and it should hit the 1-2.
Well, that ball to go. And gets a late hit on the 8-pin for a double.
I thought this was a really good shot. She yelled after she let it go, oh no. I think she thought she actually missed right, but she kept her ball speed up, gets the break, and knocks out the 8-pin.
Here's Kelly. Looks for the turkey. 57-pin lead. 60 feet to success for Kelly Kulik. And she is sawing through the rack tonight. My friend Kelly. By this time, 6-10 up, but still a huge lead. She's in great shape.
Definitely missed way left her target. You could see this ball is getting to about 14-15 down the lane. She got around that one a little bit softer too, and she said that was one thing she wanted to make sure of, is she wants to just be aggressive on each shot, because again, both girls, even though playing the different side of the lane, both talked about their ball speed, and Kelly's not using as much surface on her ball. So because of that shiny reaction, when it hits the end of the pattern, has a tendency to want to go left. So she said she just needs to make sure she stays aggressive and rolls through it, not try to get around it as much.
Max scores there, Carolyn, and it looks like she's doing just that right now, no question. In the driver's seat. Foundation frame for Shannon. The super southpaw has all 10 down. Genevieve, outstanding season on women's tour. We talked about her TV appearances. This is her 3rd of the year, 6th in points as well, and plenty of top 10s. It's not that #1 finish yet, but certainly the pieces are in place for greatness.
Absolutely, and you know, looking at this, see, I look at that and I say, oh my God, she had a great year. Except you're right, she didn't win. But here's what I've always said about that. You know, been there, done that. The more you keep knocking on the door will eventually open, and it's going to be when you least expect it. So I expect to see her in the winner's circle next year without a doubt.
Runner-up at the 2017 Nationwide Rochester Open, lost by just 2 pins after failing to double in the final frame to Danielle McEwen. She has been close, so close. Knocks down the spare. This match is mathematically over. Kelly Kulik will advance to the championship tonight here in Richmond.
And one thing in speaking to Shannon, you know, when I said, tell me something that describes you. And she's like, I don't know. And I said, I'm going to give you 2 words. The bowler in you is driven. I said, the person I know, Shannon, is reserved, but has a terrible killer instinct. So she started laughing, because I really do. She's a workhorse. So I know she'll be in the winner's circle soon.
Kelly keeps the look going. Now, Carol, the match is wrapped up. She knows that. What is she going to try to accomplish here in the last couple field balls?
Kelly, I think she may try another ball and try to even go further, a little bit further left, and or try to even move even further right, depending on what she feels that left lane is going to do. Of course, she's ending on the lane that she told me earlier was a little bit tighter, so she could stay on top of it a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
And she is. She's going to a ball that's going to roll up a little bit sooner, but still not using a lot of surface, but give her that archy effect on the back end just to see what it does.
Test the waters a bit, right?
Absolutely.
She'll watch the O'Keefe-Johnson match coming up and prepare mentally and physically for the championship here tonight at Richmond Raceway. Wow, all 10 down in a 10th.
Having a great season. Look at him. Fantastic season.
A convincing 247-191 win for Kelly Kulick against Shannon Plahowski. And she'll take on either Johnson or O'Keefe in the championship match here tonight in Richmond. It was a great start for Kelly, and she never let her foot off the first ever PWBA event at the Richmond Raceway. Also the season finale for the 2017 Tour campaign. Kelly Kulick knocked out Shannon Plahowski 247-191 in the first semifinal. O'Keefe Johnson still to follow. Certainly has been an eventful week for the women bowling at this prestigious tournament, as well as the bowling and racing fans alike.
Building here at Richmond Raceway. We are going to piggyback on the NASCAR 400 race, which is fantastic. But the fact that we're in a building for ourselves, Cubica AMF came in and set up 4 lanes for us to showcase the players' PWBA Tour Championship. It's real special, and when the ball hits the pins.
Yeah, when we attended the Richard Petty Motorsports Conference for sponsorship, we ended up meeting some folks from Smithfield, and there was just a bonding there that happened. We saw a lot of bacon and bowling centers, and with that, we figured, how can we have a deeper partnership with our Professional Women's Bowling Association?
One of the ways to do that was to, find a venue here in the Richmond area with Smithfield close. And we had the Tour Championship here. We had a meeting over here at the racetrack, and it's just really been a natural evolution, a good marriage. These two sports coming together in a pretty cool way.
It's so cool to have this unique setting with 4 lanes in one of our buildings. We're known for our NASCAR races, but we're known for being a multi-purpose facility as well. This just adds a lot to it.
It's just going to be an awesome week, to be able to PWBA being partnered up with Richmond Raceway, and something that I don't think I've ever been a part with, or even women's bowling has ever been a part with.
Getting able to meet everyone and hang out is really cool because everyone's really sweet, and that's kind of what I think about bowling is really like a family. It's a very family sport.
Lifetime sport.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it.
Exactly.
NASCAR fans are great. The reason being is most all the NASCAR fans bowl. It's a blue-collar sport, so it's really just pairing 2 great families, the bowling family and the racing family, and putting them together.
What an event here in Richmond. Great to see Nancy Schenk, the BPAA president, here as well in the house at the Richmond Raceway, an Old Dominion building. O'Keefe Johnson's second semifinal still to come after Kelly Kulick took care of Shannon Plahowski. Tonight, we determine a season-ending champion. What a matchup we've got here in semi number 2.
I think it's pretty cool that all 4 bowlers are members of Team USA.
Absolutely.
I know Liz is a past Team USA member, but that's just a great stat.
Three-time Player of the Year. Gets started with a strike. Any player rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers. Get tips from the pros and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. The head coach at McHenry University outside St. Louis. National champ twice this year and a star on the women's tour. Shannon O'Keefe starts her night. It sure did hit it, Shannon. All 10 down.
You're going to see Shannon, Liz, and Kelly right now all playing the same part of the lane. Of course, Liz and Shannon both have more ball speed. But here, ball deflects off to the right just a little bit, but she knocks out both the 7 and the 10. That's a way to loosen up an arm swing.
There's a watch party going on right now on the McHenry campus. Husband Brian is in Mexico with Junior Team USA, the head coach there. Split. So some members of the McHenry team have the Facebook Live app going from suburban St. Louis down to Mexico so Brian can watch.
Shannon playing about 13 out to 8, and you're going to see that right here is where she's getting her ball to, but it really reacts off the end of that pattern. She leaves the 4-9.
What a conversion! Huge split conversion spare for Shannon O'Keefe. Mark that one down.
I was going to say, after she knocks out the 7-10, she comes back, great shot, leaves the 4-9, but look at this. Hits to the left of the 4-pin, slides it over. That right there, textbook style.
That was sweet. Liz told us pre-match, yeah, the nerves are there today, despite all those titles. And yet another Player of the Year honor. Good looking shot, 10-pin stands. Break her game down. Carolyn a little bit more. We've seen so much of this greatness over the years.
Liz, just textbook style. Right here, 4 steps, gets the ball moving, gets it down again. Right here, as she walks by the ball, and she actually, if you look at her left foot, she slides, but her heel gets down really quick. But no pull down from the top, lets it go. She allows the ball to do the work. She doesn't help it. And here's the thing, everybody can people analyze it. Oh, this one hooks it, this one throws it straight. Here's the key, repeating your shots. I don't care whether you throw it straight, I don't care whether you hook it, I don't care whether you throw it left-handed or right-handed. If you can repeat shots like that lady right there on lane 1, you will be a champion. Or you will find yourself in that spot to be winning championships.
Left lane, so focused. Missed the pocket this time though. And 8 pins down. 9th show of the year. 2 majors, 1 already, a 3rd show.
Gets that ball a little right. The left lane, everybody's playing a little bit deeper between that break point 7-8 to 12 area. She got that one a little left to right. Didn't quite get up to the head pin like she expected. She played more direct on her first shot.
Covers, no problem. Stays clean. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. Lots of merchandise in the crowd. Sold out house. Standing room only. They're looking wherever they possibly can to find an angle to watch the action. Third frame for Shannon. Touch high, all 10 down.
Shannon, one of our more athletic players on tour. 4-step, gets it moving. Again, straight down, walks by it. And again, her right foot right here, plant. And watch this as she gets into her slide, drop. There is, again, no pull down whatsoever. And she is pure athleticism, using all of her legs, which creates her power.
Didn't like that one. 2-pin stands for her mark.
And speaking to all the girls, they did find the left lane, like I said, was hooking up a little sooner. What they didn't like was when you had to get to a certain point and get the ball just a little bit to the right. They felt, again, ball speed was very critical because it wasn't reading the end of the pattern and getting to the head pin.
Plays some hook and gets the 2-pin. She knocked off Clara Guerrero, 202 to 200 to win that tour title this year. St. Petersburg Clearwater Open. Liz been using a different ball on each lane. Surprised by that?
I am a little bit, because she seemed to have a pretty good look with, I think she was using an IQ early on. I think she's using an IQ on the left lane. It's using a co-black on the right lane.
We call it on CBS Sports Network for the name in contention for the greatest woman bowler of all time. Maybe the GOAT. 4th consecutive, 6th overall victory at the 2017 U.S. Women's Open, climbing the ladder, winning her 10th major championship just outside of Dallas, Texas this year. What a moment that was for Liz. All the way up the ladder for another title. And she lost in the Queen's Championship to Diana Zavjalova, first major in Baton Rouge.
Much more direct on that shot, kept up her ball speed. That's what Liz does best. When Liz can use her ball speed to her advantage, right here, that ball never got right of 9. Much more direct, ball just arcs off the end of the pattern. Great shot.
Fifth frame, for O'Keefe. All 10 down. Let's look at the Cubic AMF road to the finals here. Liz Johnson, the top seed, ran away with the points title and Player of the Year. Carolyn?
Shannon, look at this. Unbelievable. Birgit from Germany. Unbelievable. She's a phenomenal player. Sinley Jane, same thing. Team Malaysia, great player. And again, when she met Danielle, had to throw some clutch shots in that 10th frame and did. And I mean, she blew the rack. So again, showed up when she really needed to win her matches.
Yes! It was okay, Shannon. And she gains a 2-pin lead now in the 6th frame with a double. What a match between these two PWBA Tour superstars. O'Keefe Johnson, the conclusion. To see who bowls Kulik next. Richmond Raceway, it is right next to the Old Dominion building here on the Richmond Raceway campus in Virginia. The King's car, Richard Petty's 43. Love that. Car right there off the left lane. And great to see Dennis Bickmeyer, president of Richmond Raceway. He'll be presenting the trophy to our champion later on our show tonight. Two big races coming up this weekend in Richmond. Saw the RVs parked right outside our production truck in the bowling center here. What a scene. Making history on tour tonight. Here's Liz. Looks to regain the lead. Open for a turkey. 6th frame. 10-pin.
Another good shot out of the commercial by Liz. She's getting it out to about 7 down the lane. Comes in just a little bit flat. Leaves the 10-pin. Again, girls are trying to control the pocket because on that left lane, they're playing them just different enough where you don't want to do too many different things. Fill frames, make good shots. You know, there were some high scores this week. I think Shannon O'Keefe had the highest average. But of course, as you know, Liz can always come out of the gate with the 5-bagger.
Liz told us today, her season, 9 shows already, 2 majors, maybe a 3rd tonight. In her mind, she said it humbly, would match up with any bowler season, men or women of all time. You agree?
Oh my God, yes. She's, the word I described to you is her awesomeness. Yes.
So much awesomeness.
Absolutely.
It's got to hurry, and it misses the pocket.
And she didn't like that when she let it go. You could just tell by her body language. Here, as you see, remember she got it out to 7 on the right lane, way out to about 7 on this lane. Remember, they were playing more around that 14 or 12 to about 8, 9 on this lane 1. Just a little bit too far left to right.
What a cover. 1, 2, 4, 7 wash out. How about that for Liz Johnson? We've seen some great spare conversions in this match.
But again, clutch cargo here, hits to the left of the head pin. Textbook style.
Wow.
Two competitors that never say never, right? Unbelievable.
O'Keefe just watched that
Be
one.
close. Yes!
It is close. In the pocket for all 10 back. Just shrapnel remaining in the pit after that shot from Shannon O'Keefe.
I talked to Shannon after the Queens. We talked a little bit. She had a few weeks where she didn't bowl as well as she wanted to. She said, I didn't cash. And I'm like, I know you didn't. But it was such a great conversation. And in talking to her now, she stresses the fact of went home, regrouped over the few days before the next shot, and got back to mentally where she needed to be to do what she needed to do to get in the top spot.
Close. Yes!
Another strike for O'Keefe. The lead expands to 27 pins. What a shot.
Great shot here by Shannon. Again, not getting it right of 9. Using her ball speed to not have to open up the lane and just making consistent shots.
Now Legend Liz has got to respond. All 10 down. 2 PWBA awards were handed out prior to tonight's telecast. Director of Operations Teneo Milligan presented Daria Payok, won the Greater Detroit Open, was the #1 seed of the 2017 U.S. Women's Open with the Rookie of the Year award. And for the 3rd year in a row, presented by Liz Johnson with the Player of the Year award. Liz won both the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship as well as her 4th straight U.S. Women's Open. What a season for Legend Liz. Now, looking for a 3rd major. What a test. Semifinals with O'Keefe. Big shot.
Much better shot on that lane. You could see, if we see the replay on that, she was much straighter. Right off her hand. Right here you'll see, much straighter to the pocket. That's what's going to give her her best carry right now as the lanes go through a little bit of transition. Great shot by Liz.
Shannon O'Keefe told us pre-match that middle of the season, she wasn't cashing, didn't feel confident, thought she might take a couple weeks off, as you mentioned. She and Brian O'Keefe, her husband, said, if I want to make the Tour Championship, I've got to keep competing.
Push. Yes!
She kept competing and gave herself a shot to get to the Tour Championship here at Richmond Raceway, and now she's closing in on a victory over the 3-time Player of the Year.
12 out to about 9. She's actually moved in just a little bit on that right lane. Again, though, keeping her angles really straight, getting that good mid-lane roll. She actually is using the same ball she used over the last couple of days, a freak show flip. It's a symmetrical pearl ball, has about a 1500 surface on it, and she said, with my ball speed, I want to make sure that ball reads the middle part of the lane.
Be okay. Shannon O'Keefe.
Big 4. Oh my. Potential game changer, Carolyn.
Just a little bit left. You know, that's one of those, I feel it's not so much where you make a bad shot, but your anxiety takes over a little bit and you pay full penalty. But it is potentially a game changer, yes.
And the lead reduced to 9 now. And up steps Liz Johnson at 43, the best player in the world. It's because of moments like this, with an opportunity to win a match, which she's done so many times in her incredible Hall of Fame career. That's what she needs.
And she is ending on lane 2, which has been better for the bowlers.
Gotta have 2. There's 1.
Came in like the last time on this lane. Looked identical to the last shot right here. Pretty straight, got it just a little bit right, but it reads the end of that pattern, blows the rack. The key with Liz is, more than likely, she is going to hit the 1-3. It's whether it's going to carry or not. She did leave a couple of flat 10s on this lane earlier in the match. But as we know, she's usually steady Eddie.
Strike to win for legend Liz. Can she do it again? 9. And with a spare, we will have a tie. 1 ball roll off to follow, assuming she makes the 7-pin.
Did not look that much different than the last shot. Comes in just a little light, leaves the 7-pin. And we are potentially headed for that 1 ball roll off.
Does get the 7. And we are all tied. 2:22 apiece in our second semifinal. The big 4, a setback for Shannon O'Keefe. Our tournament director, Tenio Milligan, now explaining to the audience about the 1 ball roll-off. Liz picks the lane. Shannon goes first. As the top seed, it's Liz's choice. And here we go, Carolyn. Everything on the line here.
Very interesting, because the left lane, now remember, was the one that is transitioning more than the right lane. I really thought she would go for the right lane because she knows it's a little bit tighter, has a little more hold. So if you miss left, it seems like the ball has laid off. So very interesting. But Shannon did split in the 10th frame on that lane 1. So that could be in the back of her mind.
Here we go. Roll off. Shannon O'Keefe.
Yes!
Wow.
Picture perfect, kept her ball speed up, and as you can see, she went just that little bit left to right. High flush. She was ready for that shot, because I can only imagine what she was saying to herself while sitting on the bench.
Liz has got to answer. Needs that strike. Liz Johnson. Brooklyn strike. Can you believe this?
Oh boy.
We're going to another ball to roll off here.
Okay, well, we called it on the left lane, right? I mean, if anybody's made a mistake, it has been on the left lane, right? So now I believe they moved to the right lane. That's great. I should know the rules, right? Oh, see what happens when you don't make TV?
You made it plenty in your career. We'll give you a pass on that. 20-time champ. All right. Roll off number 2. Here's Shannon O'Keefe. Incredible. Pressure strike for O'Keefe. And it's back to Liz to answer again.
Great shot by Shannon. These could have been 2 of the best shots she has made of this match. Sitting on the bench, mentally thinking about what she needed to do. Again, she's in a great place. Let's see what Liz does.
Can the legend answer one more time? You better believe it. We're going to another one. This epic head-to-head semifinal continues in Richmond.
We'll get to Kelly sometime today. I think this is pretty great. Of course, I'm not throwing it, so I think they can go another 10 frames for all I care.
Can't be better for a broadcaster, Carol.
No, this is great.
Third time. Back to back to back jacks for O'Keefe. And the pressure is right back on Liz.
Again, just another. I mean, that was picture perfect, just like the last one. You can see by her face how much she wants this. She is going to put Liz to the test.
2 heavyweights going head to head, and this has been something. Another one for Liz. Not this time. 10 stands. Shannon O'Keefe advances to the championship match to take on Kelly Kulik. Wow, what a match. Three roll-off balls. And Shannon O'Keefe did it 3 times with strikes against Liz Johnson. O'Keefe, Kulik will match up at the Richmond Raceway for a championship tonight.
The 2017 PWBA Tour began with a crown jewel of women's bowling, the USBC Queens. And the winner showed that bowling is truly an international sport, as Latvia's Diana Zavgalova took home the coveted tiara for the 2nd time in her young career.
Last year my season was pretty heartbreaking, so it's very tough, but I just kept fighting and here I am.
Next, it was another international star who claimed the title of the Cubica AMF Sonoma County Open, as Rocio Estrella defeated Randy Branca in the finals.
I always find a way to come back stronger. Don't ever give up on your dreams. It's gonna happen.
2 of the greatest women bowlers of all time would win the next 2 events, with USBC Hall of Famer Liz Johnson winning the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open.
You know, you never know going into from one season to the next, and feel really good, and it's just a great start to the year, and who knows what can happen now.
And Kelly Kulik finally tasting victory on tour with a win at the PWBA Fountain Valley Open.
They were just due for me. Maybe Mom was looking down on me, but, you know, I hope she's up there dancing with Elvis and finally celebrating. Yeah.
At the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship, we saw Liz Johnson back in the spotlight, but this time she would not be denied another major title with a victory at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley. The next 3 winners of 2017 would come from different parts of the world. C.T. Rahman made history by becoming the first Malaysian-born titleist on the PWBA Tour, when she took home the title at the Wichita Open.
I feel so happy, really happy. It's very prestigious for our country and for myself and for my family.
And her teammate from Malaysia, Sin Lee Jane, joined her a week later with a win at the Pepsi PWBA Lincoln Open.
I'm feeling very good right now. Finally, yeah.
Former Weber International standout Daria Pajok of Poland captured her first PWBA title at the PWBA Greater Detroit Open to make her one of the frontrunners for Rookie of the Year.
I'm happy I'm here because Verity worked as hard. It's just one game and it's just 10 frames and you never know what's going to happen. One time you don't carry and that's the title. I'm happy that I'm holding it, but I know Verity deserves it as much as I do.
Liz Johnson then pulled off one of the most amazing feats in the history of the sport by climbing the ladder from the number 5 seed to capture her 4th straight and 6th overall U.S. Women's Open. It was also a record-breaking 10th major title. The next 3 titles went to former members of Team USA as Stephanie Johnson captured the crown at the PWBA Orlando Open.
Orlando has a special place in my heart, and I knew that was the tournament I wanted to get back to, so I just worked really hard, and here we are.
Shannon O'Keefe won the PWBA St. Petersburg Clearwater Open. And Danielle McEwen added another title to her growing resume with a victory at the nationwide PWBA Rochester Open.
What was the key to the success tonight?
As I said earlier, just play my own game, make the best shots I can, and hope that the pins fall. But this is all for you guys. Thank you.
And now, while the 2017 schedule is coming to an end with the Smithfield Tour Championship, there is already excitement building for the 2018 PWBA Tour season, which includes several new host cities.
1A 2017, Carolyn. Now it is time for the Smithfield moment of the match. It's Shannon O'Keefe, 3rd roll-off ball, magic.
Right here, just a great shot. Looked like the other 2. Unbelievable, and you could just see by her reaction, she is fired up. And again, I can't, you know, everybody always puts so much focus on the physical.
Crowd's ready. We're ready, Carolyn. Championship match. Kulik O'Keefe is on the way on CBS Sports Network. First, it was Kulik over Plahowski, and then Shannon O'Keefe with a 3-ball roll-off victory over legend Liz Johnson. Now ready for the championship match from Richmond Raceway and the Old Dominion Building. Kulik O'Keefe. only one will be the Tour Championship winner in 2017. Kelly's been watching for a while. Not a great shot.
No, and I was going to say, you know, that's one of the things where you qualify with the bracket format. Here, Kelly's much deeper on the left lane. I believe, in speaking with Jim Callahan, the Storm rep, she moved about 7 left. Same ball, still has the back end of that lane hooking a little bit. She's moved 5 left on the right lane. So right there, ball just did not read. Again, not trying to overhook it, just trying to roll it off her hand and get and float it more than throw it.
2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Nice cover there. Any player rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. Shannon knows something about strikes. How about that? 3 in a row. That was sensational. Yes! The championship match in style. Staying red hot.
I was just going to say that shot looked just like the one she ended on in her roll-off. Again, moving just a little bit left, a little bit deeper, maybe a board or two. I was talking to Chuck here, Gardner, the Brunswick rep. He said again, she has the same thing. Lane 1, a little bit more on the back end, but lane 2 is starting to break down just a little bit, but definitely not as much as lane 1. And both girls still using the same balls they used in their previous match.
No change. Shannon, second frame. She has the look into the 1-3 pocket. And an eye of a tiger looking for a title. She looks focused.
I'm going to tell you, those 3 shots that she threw in the tiebreaker could have, I said that on the second shot, could have been the best 3 shots she threw of that match. And coming off of that confidence builder of what you know the lanes are doing, because you already know the transition, Kelly now has to read the transition.
Got to make adjustments. All 10 down. You know, CDB, I've called bowling a long time. You and I have done a lot of bowling on TV together. And I've never done a 3-ball roll-off. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, no, neither have I. No, it's absolutely phenomenal. And again, I state, I mean, you know what? You have to throw it that good, though, against somebody like Liz Johnson. I mean, you're going to anticipate Liz is going to hit the 1-3, you know? I mean, that's just the year she's had. That's her career. That's who she is.
Right lane's been perfect. Same in the left lane. 10 pin.
Great shot. Great shot.
You heard it from Kelly. She's in around that 18 board out to about 9. Ball comes in high flush, just leaves the 10 pin. You heard it. She said great shot. She was one of the few players that actually moved that deep on this pattern. A lot of the girls, except for Shannon Plahowski, a lot of the girls chased the pattern to the right and or bowled up or bowled down, however they had to stay to the right on the pattern. Kelly was the one that actually liked to try to move a little bit left. The deepest she got was about 15, 16. Right now she's about 18 on that lane 1.
Right lane, 100%.
So we can tell what lane is everybody's favorite, right?
Pretty clear there. What a start for Shannon. Not this time. 6, 7, 10.
Ball did not look that bad off her hand. She got around it just a little bit. You could see she did something with her hand on the way back. Maybe just got around it a little bit too much.
Almost did it again. She's really converted some difficult spares.
And that actually is a good example of when you got around it a little bit too much on this pattern. The ball read the back end and went through the nose, which is why a lot of the girls were either trying to be a little more up the back of it or just roll through it.
After the open, how will she respond? Pretty well. If you're a bowling super fan looking to be part of a bowling community with access to the most exclusive content, inside information, and a chance to win VIP event experiences, then you need to be part of the core. Visit bowl.com/thecore for more information on how to subscribe. Belmo's in. And Kulik is up by 6 pins, 4th frame. It's on a spare.
She said, I'll take it. She got that ball way right, but it carried.
The season for Kelly Kulik on the Fountain Valley Open. So emotional after losing her mom last year. You can see her in the winner's circle again. 2nd and Green Bay to Liz. Lincoln Open 3rd place and Orlando 6th. Really a fantastic year as the #2 seed.
Again, you look at those statistics and I go, wow, what a great year. What a great year to build on. And she is going to build on it. But I hate to say this, but she's passed very good years. She wants great years. And she wants to be Player of the Year. So she knows that things didn't quite go her way all the time on TV, and she's going to try to work on that over the break.
Yes! That's a good little shot. Smokes to the rack. And all 10 down.
Much more aggressive on this shot. Did not get right of 9. Much more aggressive. She had a little more ball speed and didn't quite get it to the right. Great shot.
It did. Now Keith cuts into the lead, 6 pins.
In between, she came over to talk to Chuck Gardner, and she said she liked it. And look at this year. She's won 5th, 6th, and 7th, and she was not happy with that. So she knew what she needed to do, went back, worked with Brian, got herself where she needed to be, and especially the mental side of her game. And she was talking to Chuck in between, and she liked the shot on the right lane, but she said she was going to make a move.
6th for O'Keefe, looks for the turkey.
Yes!
She has got it. And we have got ourselves a tremendous championship match from the Richmond Raceway. O'Keefe, Kulik, only one can be a major champion. To finish out the 2017 season, who's it going to be? We find out next. They're bowling for this trophy and a $20,000 first place check. O'Keefe, Kulik, what a match from here in Richmond. Kelly can regain the lead in this back and forth title tilt. Looks for the turkey, 6th frame. Back underway.
Up the hill. Great shot. Great shot.
You heard Kelly? Get up the hill. The right lane is still a little bit tighter on the back end. They're still trying to play it a little more direct, even though they're moving towards that track area. Comes in light, leaves a 7 pin. You know, it's amazing if you watch, you know, like I explained earlier, both girls, great bowlers. Kelly, though, little less ball speed, rolls through it a little bit more off her hand. Shannon, a lot more ball speed, a lot more axis rotation off her hand. Again, not one is better than the other, and that's what I want people when they watch. It just so happens that at one game or so it may work, but again, you don't have to throw it all the same way, and you just incorporate those things into your game, and that's what's made both of these girls so successful. Kelly's good with the commentating, so is Shannon. It is. I thought that was really good. It just went an extra few inches down the lane. Leaves the 2-4-5, doesn't quite read the end of the pattern. Again, that left lane, though, everybody has been playing it all night, a little more left to right, except for Shannon Pahowski, obviously. And when you get it too far to the right, it doesn't quite bounce off the end of the pattern.
Does take care of the mark, has her spare to keep this very interesting. Major champions this year in Baton Rouge. That is Zavjalova, former star at Weber International. And then Liz Johnson in Green Bay, and the U.S. Women's Open in Plano, Texas as well. Liz made the show at all 4 majors, made the championship in Baton Rouge, losing to Diana. What a season for maybe the GOAT, greatest of all time, Liz Johnson. Shannon has never won a major. Maybe that changes here tonight.
Carry. Yes! Come on.
Lead balloons to 18 pins. It's the most unpredictable 8 seconds in sports when the steel gates fly open for the PBR Built For Tough Series. BFIWestern.com Invitational, Sunday night, 6 Eastern, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. That bowl is ready. Shannon's ready. Trying to finish this out. She has just been fabulous so far tonight.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to. She's so cute. Look. Okay. But it's true, she got this one way right. I mean, that is down to about the 8 board, and they've all shifted left of that and have not been getting it further to the right than 9. But she gets it breaking, only leaves the 2 pin. That could have been another 2-4-5.
There's the 2, there's her mark. And we are set up for a fantastic finish here at the Richmond Raceway, Richmond, Virginia. 5 major championships for the great Kelly Kulick. She wants to return to the level of Player of the Year next year. Wants to springboard with a victory here tonight. And the 7 pin does everything but fall for Kelly.
Again, likes that shot, playing a little bit further right on this lane, but right here, once it gets to this point, it's slow coming off the pattern. 2 things she can do there. Either upper ball speed a little bit and move that 1 and 1 to the right, something subtle, or slow upper ball speed. Stay where she's at and get it to roll up just a little bit sooner. 2 options there. She's good at both.
7 pin in the spare for Kelly Kulick. Also, of course, the tournament champions went on the PBA tour. Tremendous career. There are the max scores. Shannon is in great shape.
This is the one you need.
Kulick. Ringing 10 pin. Wow.
I liked it.
Great shot by Kelly. She's right. It was a great shot. I think the key to Kelly right here is, again, see how she did not get that right of 9? That has been key, where that break point is. She's throwing it a little bit harder on the left lane. I think that's because everybody saw that back end start to hook on that left lane. I think because she is throwing hard, she should move the 1 and 1 to the right for a little bit harder on the right lane. Give it a chance.
Hands on. Has the 10. Shannon to the foundation frame with a 19-pin lead. Works on a spare.
So when I was asking Shannon to say what she is in one word, intense as the bowler. And as a person, she goes, oh, I don't know me as a person. I went, caring. She cares about everybody.
You're
I
right
love
on.
it.
The ball's listening tonight, Shannon O'Keefe. Inching closer to a championship.
Right here, she gets this one way right out to about 7-8, but she is using a ball with a little bit of surface, reads it, hits light, and blows the rack.
That's all Shannon needs. A mark for a win and a place in history. There's the 10-pin. Good shot.
Another great shot by Shannon. Keeps it in play. Changes balls to shoot the spare.
Shannon O'Keefe, 10-pin. There it is! Shannon O'Keefe takes care of the 10-pin. She's got to just keep the ball in the lane here. And she will have a major championship. Only needs 2 pins to wrap it up.
She refocused in the middle of the swing after a couple of bad weeks. She did all the right things and put a big focus on that mental game over the physical, yet still worked on the physical features of her game, and here's the result.
Shannon O'Keefe, for the first time in her career, is a major champion. She has won the PWBA Tour Championship in Richmond, Virginia tonight. What a moment for Shannon O'Keefe. She rolled a 222 and a 3-ball roll-off to beat Liz Johnson, and a 222 against Kelly Kulig to win the championship. Shannon O'Keefe is a champion in Richmond. Time now for the check and trophy presentation. Pat Sanello, President and Chairman of Cubica AMF, has got the check. Pat first. Come on out, Pat.
Fantastic ball. On behalf of Cubica AMF and our family, proud to present you with this check for $20,000.
Thank you, Pat. Dennis McMyer, Richmond Raceway President, has got the trophy. Dennis.
Well, first of all, how about all these great bowling fans in Richmond, huh? Great job, everybody. On behalf of Smithfield, Cubica AMF, Go Bowling, our team here at Richmond Raceway, all these great bowling fans, it's my honor to present you the 2017 Tour Championship Trophy. Congratulations.
And Carol will come back in. Let's interview this champion. CDB, you go first.
Shannon, awesome bowling all the past 3 days. So tell us, this wonderful venue is the topping for a major championship. How do you feel?
I feel great. I first just want to thank Smithfield for being an amazing sponsor for our tour championships and the entire tour, and Cubica AMF for building this for us. This is incredible. This is the way it should be. I'm so grateful for everybody else, Go Bowling, Nationwide, Pepsi, BPAA, USBC, to give us this stage to shine on. I want to thank God. He's great, and I can't do it without him. And absolutely want to thank all my sponsors, Deviate, Ultimate, High Five Gear, Genesis. But most importantly, I want to thank my husband and my kids at home that believe in me. I couldn't do without them, and I'm so grateful. One of my girls sent me a text before I even left for this tournament, and she told me, I had a dream you were going to win. And I'm so grateful it was true.
The dream came true, Shannon. You're talking about the McKendree Bearcat team that won the ITC and the NCAA tournament this year. And you talked about Brian, your husband, a moment ago. He's in Mexico now watching on Facebook, right? So hopefully he's watching that through the Facebook Live app and seeing everything going on from your players at McKendree. And you and Brian had talked about the fact that you might take a couple weeks off this year during the tour, but you told him, if I do that, I won't make the tour championship. I won't have enough points. You stuck with it. Here you are. That's an amazing story. How does that all feel?
It feels awesome. I'm so grateful that when I'm going a little crazy, that I have a level-headed husband that keeps me sane. He gave me some incredible words of advice, and just focus on what you can control, and the rest is out of your hands. And I lived by that the entire rest of the season, and here I am. I'm so grateful.
Shannon, hold that trophy up. Let's hear it for Shannon O'Keefe. Tour championship winner in Richmond, Virginia. And when we come back, Carolyn and I will wrap up a fantastic 2017 PWBA Tour season we've seen all year long on CBS Sports Network. It's on the way. Shannon O'Keefe knocks off Kelly Kulick to win the 2017 Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship here at Richmond Raceway, the Old Dominion building in Richmond, Virginia. Dave and Carolyn back with you to wrap up a tremendous 2017 season. We started back in April at the Sonoma County Open. We wrap up here in September in Richmond. How do you best recap this fantastic bowling?
I don't know. One of the things that comes to mind immediately is this is a variety of bowlers. This has gone worldwide. How awesome is that? I mean, that's what we should be talking about. We have players from all over the world competing on the PWBA Tour, and we have great sponsorship like Smithfield. And I mean, come on, really? It can't get much better than that, can it? I hope it does. But my God, we're going the right way. It's a worldwide sport.
Legend Liz Johnson had a fantastic season, runaway player of the year by far. One of the best years we've seen men and women in history. But tonight, Shannon O'Keefe made more history. 3-ball roll-off to beat Liz and to beat Kelly eventually in the championship match. That was incredible to watch.
It's unbelievable. First of all, you can't get any better than Liz Johnson. I mean, that is a phenomenal feat. We are going to continue to see her. You're going to see Kelly Kulick run for that Player of the Year. And Shannon O'Keefe is the epitome of athleticism, of what a woman bowler is all about, and how putting all the pieces together, not only your physical game, but your mental game, makes you a champion.
Carolyn, it's been a great year. Thanks for joining me in the broadcast booth all year. Shannon and Kelly did a great job in the air as well. And that'll do it. Congratulations to Shannon O'Keefe, winner of the 2017 Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. We leave you with some images from our third season of the revamped PWBA. For Carolyn and the entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from Richmond. What a night. Unforgettable for Shannon O'Keefe.
Name of all.